Hey guys, this week on Kombativ, we're testing out some of the coolest weapons on the Kombativ.com website. But before we begin, if you just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So, as usual, I had Amanda go back into the warehouse and grab some of the coolest items from the Kombativ.com warehouse. She wrapped them up for me so I don't know what they are. That way I can give you a fair and honest review of each product. So, without further ado, Amanda, what is our very first item today?
There you go.
Awesome. I feel good, guys. How do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun video. I like this.
Good Friday.
Okay. All right, let's open up the first package then. It's always so fun to see what Amanda brought for me. Oh, I love these things. I showed these off on Karate Mart. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. So these guys are called the Coin Purse Slapjacks, and I'm just going to open them up real quick. So what I like about this kind of weapon is it's kind of indistinguishable from like something you would normally carry, but it can also be used as a sap weapon, which for those of you who don't know, a sap weapon is like an impact weapon that can be used for incapacitating the person who's trying to attack you instead of like fully having some sort of deadly weapon on you. So sap weapons are really good for self-defense purposes. But what I also like about these coin purses is they kind of remind me of when I was a kid. My mom used to bring me to this arts and crafts like fair type thing, and we used to make these little coin purses. And it was so much fun, but nowadays there's really not a lot of points to having a coin purse, right? I mean, like coins just aren't worth what they used to be. But I still like these. I still like these a lot. So the first thing I notice about them is they are made from a very heavy duty stitched genuine leather. So these things will hold up for you very well. In fact, when I tested them on the Karate Mart channel years ago, we were bashing them hard and they did not get hurt. So we'll have to test it out again here today just to make sure they're still made as well as they used to be made. So they come in black and brown, which is nice. I think the black would go good with my outfit, right? I mean, that looks kind of cool.
You look fantastic.
Thanks, buddy. And then they've got these 3-inch metal zippers on them. And these zippers are like super heavy duty zippers, which is so important when it comes to a weapon because you don't want those zippers breaking and the coins flying all over the place. That would just look silly when you're getting attacked. We don't want that. They also have a lanyard hole here, so we can add a wrist strap to them if we want, or you could hook them to a keychain or something, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, let's actually test one of these out. Amanda, oh, cool. You are so smart. Thank you. You brought me my coin bank. Okay, cool. And you know what's so funny about looking at these coins, because these are coins I've just kind of grabbed and thrown in here over the years, is on the very top you see that I've got an old silver dollar in here, which you rarely see those anymore. I mean, I love that old change. All right, so which one should we use? Should we use, let's do the brown one. Let's test out the brown one. Okay, so I unzip the zipper, and we're just gonna throw some change in here. Okay, now I remember one of the questions we got on this last time we did a video about it was, will the change just slide down through this handle? So we need to kind of test that because that would be kind of obnoxious. No, it seems like there's some stitching in there that's stopping it right there, which is good because we need it to be flexible there. But I'm going to fill this up quite a bit because I want to get some really good impact on this thing. Now, it weighs about 1.5 ounces by itself, but if we add a whole bunch of change, how heavy do you think we could get this thing in?
Oh, geez, we should grab a stripping scale, but we can get it. I think we can get it up 6 ounces.
Six ounces, yeah, that's probably about right. So let's get it up there a little bit because I want to really test it out. Okay, I'm just stuffing it in there really sloppily. Okay, that should be enough. That should be enough. Okay, so something silly like that you would think wouldn't hurt, but that actually, I'm going to get a bruise there. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Okay, so the way this would work is if we were going to wear it, we'd kind of put it up on our belt like this, and we would just kind of click this little snap right into there, so it just kind of sits on your belt just like that. And then if you need it, if you need change, you can get out the change, but if you need it to, you know, defend yourself, you would just grab it really quick, pull it out, and bam, right there. I mean, that... Put a little dent on there. I'm going to give it a good smack here because I want to see how much this is actually going to hurt, and I want to test this thing, make sure it's not going to break on us. So It's going to be, actually, do you have safety glasses over there? Man, thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the Clark Kent ones. Oh, I love these. Okay, cool, cool. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit this hard. Wow, did you see the sawdust fly off of that thing? And yeah, there's nothing, no problem with the stitching or anything. Yeah, I mean, that's shaking the wing chum. Look at that. There's some dents in this thing just from that. So if you were going to use something like this, though, one thing to consider is this isn't the type of weapon that you want to just like go out and use for self-defense. This is something where you'd actually want to learn how to use it. So I would actually get some training in self-defense classes, but how you would use it is you'd either use it on the temple of a person, possibly on their mandibular angle right there, or in the back of the skull. Any of those three places are really going to do some damage, but it's not easy to just hit someone there, so it's one of those things where you'd actually want to practice with this thing for a little bit. I want to see how much this hurts me. Amanda, oh, I love your shirt today, Amanda. Okay, I'm going to have you just hit me in the arm a little bit. Okay, let's see. Ouch! Holy cow! Did you guys hear that? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to lift tomorrow. Okay, so by the end of this video, you're gonna see this big bruise pop up here. I'm actually glad she did it twice though, because the first one I could tell she was really holding back on it. That second one she did not, and she went right for the elbow there. So, oh, well done, Amanda. Well done. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to say about this other than the fact that it has a width of about 3 1/8 inch. It's about 10 inches long, and it weighs about 1.5 ounces. So, anything else we need to say about this?
No.
Okay, cool. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and put that away. I'm going to put this away too. Can you grab that, Amanda? Awesome. And let's move on to our next weapon then.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, let's see what our second weapon is today. That first one was fun.
That first one was good. It was good.
Good choice, Amanda. Okay, second one. Now, I'm very carefully ripping these this time because last week I did this and I ripped the instruction sheet. So Amanda, what she does is she gives me an item and she puts these little sheets in there that have like the highlights of the weapon. So it makes it really easy for me in case I don't know the metal type, you know, things like that. So it's a cheat sheet. So this is our second weapon, and Amanda, what is this, guys? Okay, so this is called the Comfort Grip Survival Knife. I guess we don't want to judge a book by its cover, but upon first glance, that looks like something Play School would make. Am I right? Yep. Okay. So first off, we can see that it does come with a black nylon sheath. It's an okay nylon sheath. I mean, it's kind of, it's going to protect the blade. It's not a great heavy duty one, but it is a nylon sheath. Is this thing at least cheap, Amanda?
It is very inexpensive.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, this is one of our more inexpensive weapons, so just
good value.
Good value. Oh, I love how you said that. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so let's open this up and check it out. Okay, so it's actually not bad. It's not bad. It's comfortable. My hand is very comfortable in this. I guess that's probably why it's called the Comfort Grip Survival Knife. But, I mean, look at that handle right there. Yes, it looks like something from Play School, but it's actually really comfortable, and it's because of this rubberized grip down here. I've got this little thumb groove up here that fits really nicely into my thumb. So if I'm using this for, say, chopping, or if I'm using it in forward grip for stabbing, I've got really good control of this blade. So I like that. If we throw it into reverse grip, it's comfortable. Now, I generally would not suggest that you use a blade this long in reverse grip. It's just not, you're not going to have as good control with your knife. That's typically for smaller knives for me. But for this knife, I think, considering the fact that it's kind of shaped like a Bowie knife or something, right? I mean, that looks like a Bowie knife. It's also clearly got a saw back there. This is going to work really well in forward grip. So I can see this as like a survival knife type of thing. Some of the things I like and don't like about this. So the blade is made from a 3CR13 stainless steel. For those of you who don't know, 3CR13 stainless steel is generally a more inexpensive steel that you see on less expensive knives. It is good in the respect that it is corrosion resistant, so that's nice. It's probably not going to break on us, but this isn't going to be a knife that's going to last forever for us. For a survival trip, for camping, it could be fun. But, just keep that in mind when you're buying something like this. The handle, again, is really comfortable, though, so that's good to know. The other things I notice about this is we do have a sawback, as I mentioned. Now, it's got the smaller sawback up here, which is good for taking off bark on a tree, which is especially good if you are camping and you need to get the bark off to start a fire or something. That's very nice. But we also have the sawback here, which is a style that you'd use on like a chain link fence, or if we need to get through a barbed wire fence, you kind of put the barbed wire in there, twist it, and it can get it through. It can break the barbed wire. So that's a very practical purpose for this. I noticed there's venting in the blade too, which generally venting is kind of a cool little feature. It gives the blade some aesthetic appeal. This venting does nothing for me though. If I look at it, look at it, Amanda.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything weird about this venting? It's just off, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not a straight line. It just looks like it was like thrown on there. So I'm not that into that venting. The other thing that worries me about it is because it is kind of a thin 3CR13 stainless steel, if it bends too much, that venting is probably going to be a stress point that's not going to last very well. So that worries me. So just know if you're going to buy this, it's a comfortable blade. It'll work well for, camping, but it's not going to be a long-lasting blade for you. Let's test it out really quick just to see. The safety glasses. Can you get me those safety glasses back? Especially on a blade this thin, I don't want to be playing around too much without safety glasses. So, okay, let's just test this out real quick. I'm going to try first just stabbing with it, a little forward grip stab. Okay, so it stabbed pretty nicely. If I wiggle the tip's still in good shape, and I hit it hard too, so that wasn't a light stab of any sort. So it did hold up to that, so that's good to know. So it's been hardened enough. Now let's try actually slicing with this thing, and I want to see if it bends. That's what I'm looking for, is if it's going to bend. So I'm going to give it a good slice. I really don't want to hurt this Wing Chun dummy too much, but I'll just do it right here really quick. Okay, so it actually stuck in pretty well, and okay, it held up. It held up. It held up enough. So again, pretty good for an inexpensive knife. I'm happy with it. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. I guess the only other things I should mention is it does have a lanyard hole in the pommel, so you could add a wrist strap if you wanted to. Blade length is about 9 3/4 inch. Total length is about 15 1/4 inch, and the total weight's about 10 ounces. So it's actually fairly lightweight too, which is good for camping purposes. You can chop wood really easily, things like that. So
it's also full tang too.
Is it?
Doesn't it have the...
Yeah, you can't tell for sure. I'm gonna guess it probably, so we can see the tang holes there. I'm gonna guess that the tang goes right down to about here. That'd be my guess. So it's probably full tang or just under full tang. Seems like it's holding up just fine for an inexpensive knife. But that's about all I have to say about it. So let's go ahead and put that away, and let's move on to our next weapon. All right, and I love when Amanda brings me stuff like that too, because it's good to see a variety, even if it's something I don't like that much. Okay, so all right, let's check out our next weapon. Oh, see, I ripped the highlight sheet. I knew I was going to do that. Oh, good. This is a good one. I don't think I need my safety glasses anymore. This is a good one. So this is the Night Security Tactical Flashlight. So I love tactical flashlights. I think they're cool because they're more of an inconspicuous weapon, something you can just carry with you anywhere, but yet they're also a very good weapon with the right training. Now, I'm going to show you what most people think about tactical flashlights and what the actual truth is behind them, but let's just take a look at this one closer first. So first off, this does have a very nice heavy-duty nylon holster with a belt loop, and I actually really like this nylon holster in comparison to some of the other ones because this has like the kind of quick remove feature. So if we were to have that on the side of our body, it's just a quick grab like that, you undo it, and then you pull out your flashlight and you have it ready for you. So So it's a very quick release holster. I like that aspect of it. Now, when people think of tactical flashlights, most people think, okay, I'm gonna grab this thing, someone's gonna attack me, and I'm just gonna start striking them with it. Yes, you could do that, but that's not the way you're supposed to use them. So the way you're supposed to use a tactical flashlight is, let's say we're walking through the woods somewhere, and we see some guy kind of walking our direction, and he looks suspicious, right? All right, so what we do is we hold up our tactical flashlight, we turn it on, we shine it right in their eye, and we walk towards them. We're like, hey buddy, what's up? And if they keep coming towards you, bam, right in the face. So it's a really good weapon as a surprise attack. And this one is awesome because it's made from this really high strength aircraft aluminum. So this stuff is not going to break on you easily at all. In fact, we'll test it out a little bit just to make sure it's going to hold up for you. But I love when you get a good tactical flashlight that's really well made. So a couple of things about this that I'm noticing right off the bat. First off, it is a rechargeable one. So we do have a USB cord in there to recharge it for us, which is nice. It had 3 light modes. It has a bright light, it has a dull light, there it is, and then it has a strobe light. Which strobe light is really nice because if you're getting attacked, the strobe light just kind of grabs people's attention around you. So that's a really nice feature to have. But you guys don't care about that. You want to see what else this flashlight has on it. So some of the cool features about it is, first off, the grip is awesome. It's a really nice ergonomic grip, and I'm just going to show you how this works. Let's see. Let's shine this. I'm going to shine it behind me. Okay, so with this grip, it allows me to easily adjust. Do you see that? How it's adjusting the flashlight lens? So I can pinpoint in if someone's eyes are there or something. I can really easily do that. I mean, I love that little feature, how smooth and quick that is. But as far as tactical purposes go, it has this. So we can unscrew this guy right here and check out those little spikes. I mean, that is awesome. And then it's got this lens cover here, which isn't a standard lens cover. That's one of those bubble ones that's almost indestructible. So what's really cool about that is if we do need to use it, let's say we use it in a hammer fist, boom, just smacked right in there. Put some, did you see that gouge right there? It just took that chunk out of there. And then it did not in any way hurt the spikes or the lens. I mean, this thing's holding up really well, and that is a hardcore piece of wood too. That's not gonna get hurt at all. And then another really cool feature about it is we can unscrew this little tail right here, which has a wrist strap, by the way, which is nice, but we can unscrew that, and look at that, we've got a glass breaker. So if we need to break out of a car window, you could use it for that, but it also gives us an additional weapon. So we do have that for hammer strikes. We can use our forward grip. We have all sorts of different ways we can use this weapon. So I love this tactical flashlight. I think this is a very well-designed one. Okay, and let's see, is there anything else I need to say? So it's got those 3 light modes. The bright one is 1,000 lumens. So that's really nice to know because that will blind your attacker. That's very, very bright. It also, let's see, it weighs approximately 10.3 ounces, so a nice light weight to it, and its length is approximately 8 inches. So I think that's all I have to say about this though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this away. All right, Amanda, what do you got next for me?
There you go.
Thank you. All right, let's see what this is. You're picking some good ones today, Amanda. Awesome. Okay. All right. Oh, I love this knife. I'm so glad you chose this one. This is a good knife. Okay, so this is the Dark Ops Combat Knife. And you can tell just by looking at the sheath on this that it has kind of an interesting shape to it, right? So the deal with this knife is this was actually designed by an Ohio State Police SWAT officer. So this thing's actually designed perfectly for tactical purposes. I love that about it. And you can see, you can tell when you're using it, which is so cool. So first off, we've got this really nice heavy-duty Kydex sheath. I mean, that's a really nice Kydex sheath that's form-fitted to that blade. That blade is not gonna fall out on you. Very well made. And then we've got this belt clip on here, which this is a really heavy-duty style belt clip that's got the adjustable thing for your size belt there. It also has a lock here if we wanna lock it onto your belt, unlock it, open it up. I mean, this is honestly the perfect sheath you could have for a knife. But you guys don't care about that. You want to see the blade itself, so let's just look at that. check that out. Okay, so look at the weird, strange design of this blade. And check that out, Amanda. It's so nice. Okay, so the thing I love about it is when you feel this, when you put this in your hand, you can just tell that someone who has some knife fighting skills actually designed it because it just feels so perfect. So based on that, we can tell that it's got a really nice ergonomic grip, but it also has this little trigger finger section here. So you have really good control with the jimping back here on your thumb rise. So I have perfect control. That is not coming out of my hand at all. I mean, you couldn't pull that out of my hand. That's not going to hurt at all if I use forward grip to stab with it. I mean, that is a really nice grip for a knife. I can use that for slashing, for stabbing. Now in reverse grip, again, it's comfortable. It'll work, but it's a little bit long of a blade for what I'd prefer for reverse grip. So for me, again, this would be used in forward grip. Some of the other things I notice is we can also see that there's jimping on the spine of the blade here, which is nice because we've got this choil here, so we can hold it like this, put our thumb on the jimping up here and our index finger in the choil, and we can use it for skinning, we can use it for getting kindling, you know, whatever we want to do with that. A very nice feature to have. I actually like the large choil on this. That's very comfortable on my fingers, very nice. We can also tell that it's got a swedge on the top up here, which just gives it a nice aesthetic appeal. I like swedges. Sometimes I even like to sharpen them a little bit, but this one's actually really cool. It gives the knife a really nice aesthetic appeal. I mean, look how cool that looks. That's a really nice looking blade. I mean, this is one I'd honestly want to own for myself. I really, really like this knife a lot. The blade is made from a D2 steel, which I really like D2 steel because it is a tool steel that's known to be very wear resistant and durable. So this thing's going to hold up very, very nicely for you. We can also tell that it has a stonewash finish on it, which gives it a nice stealthy look too and makes it more corrosion resistant. So very, very nice. I haven't seen one thing I don't like about this knife yet. It's a good knife. Let's see how sharp it is. Very sharp there. The tip is extremely sharp. Yeah, so far nothing I don't like about this knife. Is there anything else to say about this, Amanda? Anything else?
Handle?
The hand, oh, I wouldn't even have mentioned the handle. Great, thank you, Amanda, I appreciate that. And that is such an important part because, look, we've got this G10 handle here. The scales on there are G10. You can tell that it is full tang. I wouldn't even have mentioned full tang if it wasn't for you, Amanda. So we can tell that it is full tang. And look how thick that steel is in there. That is extremely thick tool steel. And the scales on there, they've kind of got these ridges here, which gives it even better grip. And that's a texturized G10 handle. So that's very comfortable. That's not going anywhere out of my hand. It's going to take some of the vibration off when I'm impacting. Very, very nice handle. Very nice knife in general. There's nothing negative I can say about this, honestly. Very, very nice knife. So now the blade length is approximately 8 inches. The overall length is about 14¼ inches, and it weighs about 14.8 ounces. So that's a little bit heavy, but I like it because you can tell you've got a really solid piece of steel in here. So I love this knife. But that's about all I have to say about this. So I'm actually curious from you guys, if you could just post in the comments this week which weapon you liked best. We're not doing the voting yet, but what it does do is it kind of gives me an idea of what weapons you guys want to see more of on our channel. That's important to me. I think last week I showed off mostly knives. This week I showed off a little variety. So I'd like to hear more about what you guys would like to see. That would be awesome. Also, go ahead and check out Kombativ.com because we are currently adding all sorts of weapons to that website, and we have a stack of new weapons that are going to be added anytime now, and we're working on some, right, Ian? I mean, we're working on some really cool ones that you guys have never seen before that are just, I mean, we're being so innovative right now, and I love it. With all of our free time, we're spending all that time just coming up with new ideas. We've got all sorts of tools and machinery in back that we're just making new blades with and new weapons, and it's so cool. I just love the innovation. It makes me so happy. But yeah, and then just make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And that's about it, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so until next week, stay combative. But not too combative. I don't want you guys